Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly Dungeon Master today. Today, we are continuing on with our ongoing campaign playing Pathfinder, or Paizo Publishing's very cool Pathfinder 2nd Edition fantasy role-playing game. And that is set in Greg Gillespie's awesome Barrowmaze complete setting. And with me today, for our epic session 19 and kicking off Horror Month, are the stars of the Barrowmaze campaign. I may not have told them that before we went live. First up, why don't you tell us, guys, who you are and who you're playing today? First up is Arlen.
Hi, I'm playing Angus. He's sort of a wizard. He's not yet part barbarian, but I think that might be on the way.
Nice. And next up is Carl.
So I'm playing Buka. Right now he is a halfling alchemist, but barbarian might be in the cards for him as well.
Nice. We very soon are going to have our all barbarian party, which will be, I'm sure, great. And last but not least is John.
Hey everybody, I'm playing Zuko, the goblin pyromancer. I'm thinking I'm going to start calling him the unlucky goblin of the Barrowmaze.
He's been pretty lucky. He's scorched a lot of enemies so far.
Yep, survived by the hair on his chin.
Yeah. So where we're going to be picking up tonight with the group that has made its way to Bogtown. Now, Buka, you were in Ironguard Mont last, right?
Right.
And
correct.
that's with the two new hirelings. And I think what we're going to say is that you, once you realize that your allies, Bargle, Zuko, and I don't think you've met Angus yet, because last session.
No.
Oh, you have not yet had the pleasure of encountering witch hunters. So speaking of witch hunters, why doesn't let's see here, either John or Arlen, you guys tell us what happened last session to the in the Mott.
Well, Zuko was just minding his own business, walking down the town to go to the alternate inn, and we came across some heavily armored guys in like plate mail, beating what Zuko thought to be a very masculine woman because he was wearing a dress. And Zuko felt in his little goblin heart that's twice as big as it should be that he'd jump in and stop them. And beatdown proceeded where we almost died, but survived because of Werbin, the druid.
Yeah.
But we managed to survive and make it to the other end, rest, and start heading down to Bogtown to get away from all the shenanigans going on.
Yeah. Arlen, anything to add to that?
We also fought an owlbear on the road to Bogtown.
We blocked that out.
Yeah.
Zuko's pony got eaten.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
no.
ate charcoal.
His delicious, delicious pony. So I think what we'll say, Buka, is you tell me, how do you think you came to catch up with everyone? I've got some ideas myself, but I'm happy to hear if you've got an idea. Because we're going to open up with you sort of catching up to the party.
Okay. Well, I believe I have a pony.
Yeah.
So that. Right, so I guess somehow
His name is Second Breakfast?
For the owlbear?
Yes,
Still around?
exactly. My favorite monster in Pathfinder 2 is currently the although the wyvern is a very close second.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Zuko hates both of them.
Yeah.
So I think Buka maybe was trying, because we had this idea, or what happened to Bargle, by the way?
He
Well,
came with us.
I think what we're going to say for tonight is Bargle will be back on Friday, but for the purpose of tonight, I think what Bargle did is got to the edge, and George can correct me and like retroactively changes if he likes, but I suspect what happened is they got to just near the edge of Bogtown, and he's like, I'll meet you guys in there, and then ran off, and is trying to decide whether he can get up a nerve to go into Bogtown. I'm not sure. Now, you guys, the players, obviously are aware that he is wanted in there, and well, I think even the characters are aware because of that black mark that he got, right?
Right.
Yeah, so knowing
So I think Buka, he thought the plan was to go meet with the Lord of Ironguard Mott, and then so he gets got up at a different time than the other group,
Yep.
and was going to present himself to the keep and said, "Okay, we'll all meet there," and they weren't there. And he's like, "Where'd everyone go? We were supposed to do this." So he kind of waited around, probably didn't petition or anything because he was like waiting for them.
Yep.
And then he went back to the inn, and they're like, "Oh, they left."
Well, we kind of got kicked
Tons
out.
of bitches, huh?
So we kind of got kicked out. We're told to leave.
Yeah, they actually have managed to find reasons to not go to 2 of the 3 taverns or inns in town.
Okay, well, finding it that they got kicked out, he wanted to catch up with them and say, "Hey, why didn't you let me get kicked out with you?"
So we'll say that like just on the outskirts of town, that's when, and I think what happened actually is Buka comes running up from behind on his pony, and he's like, "Hey, Bargle! And that's what broke Bargle's nerve, and he's like, "Oh shit!" and ran off into the woods on the edge of Bogtown. You're like, "Wait, no,
Bargle? Wait, Bargle, where are you going?"
So you guys, Zuko and Angus, Angus has not met Buka yet, but you see this little halfling come, trotting up on a pony. He's got a bunch of vials and strange liquids and stuff and bandoliers around him. Is that correct there, Carl? Is that a fair description of him? So I'm interrupting your dinner.
Yep, that is a fair description of him.
Okay. So how do you guys react?
Oh, wait, he also has like a little turnip riding on his shoulder.
Yes, that's right.
Zuko goes, "Hey, Buka.
Hey, where's Charcoal?
Did you see the hour bell on the side of the road that got scorched? Because he ate charcoal and I killed him."
I see. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I hate owlbears.
So I actually don't.
This is Angus. You take him.
I don't know what a turnip looks like, but this is what I'm picturing.
Oh, wait. It's a good picture. Those radish people in the Starfinder book in Alien Archives 3.
Yes. I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay.
Yep.
So, yeah. So you guys were riding into Bogtown. Now, Angus is coming along as kind of a hired goon / on the run from the witch hunters, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Is he a
Zuko
witch?
and Buka, what let's kind of refresh our memory as to the reason we came to Bogtown in the first place. What was that?
We're going to talk to the frog lady.
The mother of toads.
Yeah. In addition, kill all the shadow hand we can.
Okay.
That's because they marked Bargle. So
That's right.
that's Zuko's side mission.
So how did you guys get kicked out of Iron God Pot?
Well, we didn't get kicked out of the city, but the tavern, they reacted very badly to the black mark, so we were told to leave. Yeah. The rotund halfling didn't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. We got kicked out of that tavern. Then we're going to another tavern, and I guess you got kicked out of that one too.
Oh no, we left that one. We were fine.
Okay.
That one, the members of that tavern didn't take kindly to one of my jokes. Yeah, there's a bit of a scuffle outside.
The witch hunters.
Damn it, I missed it.
Buka, give me a perception, and Angus, give me deception.
Isn't it just deception versus his?
Oh yeah, of course. Well, no, because it's 2 players. So I'll let you
Okay.
guys can.
Oh, look at that.
Oh boy, he's thrown down the gauntlet there, Buka. Can you beat that?
I don't know. Let me see. Perception, you said, right?
Please, yeah.
I'm on the wrong tab.
I don't know. Lying to the new party member is just like that first.
Well, it's not lying. It's just this is Angus's version because Angus doesn't really get the whole, witch hunter anti-magic thing. What's up with that?
I think it was made pretty evident. I did get a couple hits to the head though. So all right, so Buka, yeah, as far as you're concerned, Angus is telling the truth.
Yeah,
Okay.
Zuko shrugged. Is like some people hate magic and just want to use us as weapons or kill us. That's all I know about it.
That's right. You were, you were a slave soldier.
That was glorified goblin artillery.
Yeah.
Ah,
So, what is the plan you guys have? You do know what I mean. Let's have everyone roll society. We'll see who knows the most about Bogtown.
The aspiring bard. Do I have?
Not me.
Nat 1.
Society.
Nat 1. Not to be outdone. Zuko.
I don't know anything about these criminals and their towns. And
Angus is like, we should be safe from the shadow thing, the shadow hands here. And Zuko's like, totally.
no, I know they're here.
No. 18.
18. Okay, so Buka, I think you're the one. So obviously, you know, as I mentioned before, I mean, Bogtown has a very seedy reputation. It is a very, very sketchy version of Helix, and the rumor is that not only is this place the kind of the headquarters or the main heart of the Shadow Hands, territory. It's also said that there's that insanely knowledgeable and ancient being outside as well, the legendary Mother of Toads. So that's about as much as you know. I got hiccups right now. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna sound like a fucking 1820s prospector here. Whew. So as you guys arrive, in town, what it looks like is, it looks like a much dirtier and less well-preserved version of Helix. It is about the same size, I think. And for those listening at home, too, I apologize for my hiccups for today. I don't know where the hell these came from. And I think you might know as well that there is a place called the Toasted Troll, which is sort of like the Bogtown equivalent of the Brazen Strumpet.
That's a good name.
The Toasted Troll, yeah. I will. Greg Gillespie, perhaps the best thing he is at is naming things. He's got terrific either alliteration or hilarious puns in all of his dungeons.
Things goblins like a lot.
I told you that my favorite from Highfell is the Luft Baboons, the flying baboons.
And
their number encountered is
99 of them.
Yeah, the number encountered is 1d6 bracket or 99. So, oh man. So what was the plan here, guys? Are you those of you who are the kind of the senior members of the party? What are you thinking?
Well,
we check in at the troll and then look for the mother of toads.
yeah,
Okay.
that's kind of what I was thinking.
Okay.
We'll probably run into the Shadow Hands as we do stuff, but
So is she really like a toad?
Don't know.
what
It's
Serge Yvain said.
It said that she has 1,000 eyes throughout the Barrowmore. Those are
So
her
she's
children. So, as you guys come riding through town, there's a lot of the land in here is a lot swampier than Helix. The rain has melted, or the snow, I should say, has melted a little bit. So there's like slushy puddles of mud everywhere. There are boards laid down to cover kind of like major thoroughfares. Rather than actual proper kind of tamped down, gravel or something like that, like you would see in Helix. And the Toasted Troll seems to be a fairly raucous establishment too. You can hear people shouting and talking in there. You pass as you're going along. You can see that there is a small shrine to Crom, and you guys can see that is the same symbol, the mountain that has a crown set upon it.
Those witch hunters were worshiping him.
They worship Crom. They were zealots of Crom, yeah. There is a temple to Sylvanus, to the Green Man. There is a small depot that you recognize with the same standard of the Silver Standard Merchant Caravan Company. And you may remember that you were going to, I think one of you guys was going to deliver some like a package from the Mont, weren't you? Iron Guard Mont.
I believe we were.
I can't remember what you guys when you guys met that the guy who runs the depot in Iron Guard Mont.
We told him we were moving on to Bogtown. I said, "Oh, I got a package for you."
Yeah, so we'll say you got that to deliver as well. So there is a small depot for the Silver Standard Merchant Caravan Company. There's a fair amount of you see as you kind of making their way along the boardwalk and then up and into the Toasty Tavern. There's quite a bit of dwarves. You can definitely tell there's a lot more dwarves around than certainly you saw in Helix, but even in Iron Guard Mont too.
Because of the mountains.
Because of
the mountains.
That's right, the Moon Peaks. Yeah, there are dwarves living in the Moon Peaks. That's where Warbin comes from. There is a barracks in here as well. And there is a place called the Broken Buckler, which appears to be some kind of general goods store.
That reminds me of the other goblin.
The Elder Goblin?
The other goblin. It's been so long since I saw him, I forgot his name.
Badonk?
Badonk, yes.
Yeah.
Isn't it Badonk Bent Buckle or something?
Bent Bucket.
Bent Bucket, okay.
Yeah. But then you can see that there is the Toasty Troll. Anywhere else you guys want to stop? It is probably late afternoon, I think we said, by the time you were rolling in, which means it's going to be dark quite soon. It's wintertime still. Anything you guys want to do before you head into the Toasty Troll?
No.
No,
well, I mean, we could ask there for the mother of frogs, toads.
Yeah, gather some information. Probably be a good idea.
Right.
Okay. Okay. So you guys walk into the, you open the door and step into the Toasty Troll and Toasted Troll, and the scene is, it is not as well maintained an establishment as the Brazen Strumpet. It is a little more cramped, but it seems like there are a lot more kind of like rooms and alcoves and stuff like that. There's lots of places to have secretive meetings and such. This place is, it looks like at least 2 stories, maybe 3. But it's difficult to judge because it seems as if it's been built out as the structure has aged. You step in and there's an opportunity to kind of go right and make your way deeper into one of the kind of larger common rooms that then breaches off into smaller ones, the winding staircases leading up to next levels and so forth. And then there's a smaller common room on the left. There's a bar that sort of cuts through all of these central rooms, and you can see there are a couple of fairly haggard-looking serving wenches making their way around as well, or serving women. What do you guys want to do? What's the plan here?
Big room or small room? Is it like big room for big people, and small room for like goblins, halflings, dwarves, or is it? It
looks like the small room may have been the initial structure, and then it was built out into a larger one. It's fairly busy. This place seems a little busier than what the Brazen Strumpet has been over the winter.
Zuko's going to do what he knows to do best. Is there an entertainer available?
There's not, but I don't think there's space for it. Yeah, like because it's such a small establishment. You could probably pick one of the rooms and try and perform in there.
Well, no, I was hoping that there was one there that I could interrogate for information, like I did before. But that's my opinion of this place has gone down. No entertainers. They must not pay well.
Well, there's probably someone who's kind of plucking away on something somewhere in the because you can hear music. It's just that it's not performing for the whole bar.
Well, I follow the music and see if I can find somebody who knows things.
Okay. So you see Zuko starts making his way over. I
think we should stick together, knowing the reputation of Bogtown. So I'll follow Zuko.
Okay.
I suggest that to Angus, but he can do what he wants to do.
Angus, you tower over these 2 small little guys who are very quickly getting themselves lost in the crowd. What happens with you?
I'm gonna stay. I know Zuko a little better, so I'm just gonna kind of shadow Zuko, basically,
Okay.
as best I can.
Okay.
Yeah, Buka's all right, but his organs are in the wrong places. It's hard to heal him.
So, what are you guys thinking of doing in here? Well, the reason I want to ask is I want to kind of figure out what your goals are here, and then we'll structure kind of the scene from there.
Hey, go ahead, Buka.
We want to find out where the Mother of Toads lives.
Okay.
But I don't want to stand on a table and say, "Hey, where is the Mother of Toads?" I want to be like more discreet about it.
Okay.
Right.
So Zuka intends to get into the warm graces of the entertainers because they hear things, and they might know somebody that we need to know to get information from, whether it's underground or not. And he just wants to pump the guy for information and find out if it's not him we need to talk to, who we need to talk to.
So what information are you pumping him for is what I'm interested in.
Basically, safest place to find out where the Mother of Toads are, and
Okay,
if
so
he doesn't know. Yeah.
Same info?
Yeah.
Okay.
But trying to be a little bit stealthy about it. And who do we need to avoid in town? Because that seems like a big
And
thing.
who
as well.
do you need? Okay. Okay. And how about Angus? What is Angus kind of trying to get out of this scene here?
I don't know if there's anything particular that Angus is trying to get out of the scene other than, food and a bed, basically, a place to stay for the night. But he's letting the other guys take the lead in terms of, right, he's still basically a henchman.
Okay. Angus, what is your perception bonus?
My perception bonus is +3.
How much gold do you have in your purse?
How much gold do I have in my purse? I have 3 GP. At least I did.
You had 3 GP.
Yep.
So, okay, so you are you're making your way around and looking, looking for or keeping an eye on Zuko and just kind of look, I guess just taking in the surroundings here. Buka, let's do this, guys. I think let's try. I was reading on the weekend about the one of the things they suggest for optionally structuring social scenes by using initiative, but by using a different skill.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I thought that let's maybe this would be a way of kind of directing everyone's kind of options here. Now, Angus, I think for this scene you're probably going to be using perception. Buka, it sounded to me like you're trying diplomacy. Is that right? Either you're punking us or you're muted. Uh-oh.
Yeah, diplomacy, or I don't know, the society.
Society is more knowing stuff. Diplomacy is trying to achieve stuff with stuff. Okay.
That's super great. He'll probably mess up and piss everyone off, but
Love it. That's the best part of role playing. And Zuko, are you thinking? It sounds like performance. Is that right?
That or diplomacy, whichever one you think's best.
Oh, whichever your preference. Dealer's choice.
I'll go with the higher bonus.
Well, let me tell you this: is which are you trying to impress this person with your kind of musical skills, or are you trying to lead with just being friendly?
Honestly, I was going to go friendly and then try to impress him, because I'd rather not have to pay him yet.
Okay. So probably let's go with diplomacy for you as well. So everyone click on your token and then click on your respective initiative things, and let's start cycling through the scenes here. Angus, I know you have no declared actions, but you are going to find out some information as soon as you get a decent perception roll. Okay, Zuko, Buka.
Oh, shit, I didn't click on my token.
Oh, that's good. I can add. Oh, Buka, look at that, rocking the nat 1 again. At turn, how'd you do there, Angus? 5. Oof. Setting the world on fire. All right, so then let's start with Zuko. So Zuko, you saddle up to your you finally find where the music is coming from, and you can picture you walk into that like longer room, and there's people who are all talking to each other up and down the long the long bar, if you picture kind of what the Prancing Pony looks like in Fellowship, it's kind of like that, but not quite. The rooms aren't quite as big. The initial scene when they get in there and they're walking past all those people who are sitting on the bar, that's what I'm picturing this place is like. And you go through here and you can't hear any, you can't see the source of the music, and then you see these winding stairs that lead up to a second floor, and it does seem like the music is coming down from there.
Okay.
So you head up there, and what you find is that the source of the music is a pretty burly dwarf who's playing what looks like a pretty sturdy-looking flute. It's made out of, you think maybe, like some kind of metal of some kind, like a very dull-looking prosaic metal, but he's getting wonderful sonorous sounds. Like I'm picturing kind of like a cross between like the rich quality of like an oboe with the airy quality of a flute. So it's this really like unique sound to it. Some kind of dwarven instrument that you may not be familiar with.
Probably not.
So he's playing away, and this room here does not appear to be terribly large. There's a couple small round tables that appear to be, kind of basically, you think that a tree may have been cut down and then sections cut out of it to make all these tabletops in here. And there is an open table in here, and then there's him who's playing away. Are you waiting till he finishes a song to try and kind of get in there, or?
Never interrupt a musician when he's playing.
Okay.
Bad.
Okay, so what have you?
I walk up there though. I walk up and look.
Sure.
Try to make it look like I'm waiting to speak to him.
Okay. Angus, would you kindly give me a perception check, please? I'm assuming you're taking a seek action here.
Yeah.
Is your purse lighter? Your purse is lighter.
Definitely lighter.
Yeah.
That's what comes from hanging around all these small people.
Yeah.
You don't wear your purse on your belt.
So you kind of turn, and you tell me what is Angus's reaction to finding that his load has been lightened?
Angus just sort of like it starts with just kind of a grunt, like, "Urgh," and then he's looking around. He's kind of staring down everybody around.
Sure. Give me a perception check, too. We'll let you have one more seek check here. Let's see how. Okay. So, I think you spot someone. And there's someone who is at the bar, and from the way the two people next to this person are reacting, kind of like what the, it looks like this person just suddenly threw himself or itself against the bar.
So I'm gonna march over, looking big and strong.
Yep. What do you do?
Can I get some more information about this person?
So as you stalk up, this person is seemingly intentionally looking down at whatever drink is in front of them. They are more slender than you. They probably are about the size of a man. But a short man. They're dressed in, it looks like black leathers. I mean, to be honest, like a third of the bar is dressed in.
All right, then I think I'm going to sort of sidle up and say, "Fella, I seem to be running out of cash. You buy me a drink?"
So you say, you hear a voice say, "Fella, I think your opening needs a little work." And you look up, and it's this really beautiful woman with short cropped hair. And her hair's kind of like mussed up. She's got very, very blue eyes. She's got almost like snow white hair. But she looks like she's probably maybe like late 20s. And she kind of looks up at you with this. There's no makeup or anything like that. A little bit of like traveling mud and stuff like that, but quite stunning. Buka, how are you approaching this kind of attempt to solicit some information from the patrons here? What's his approach?
I was following Zuko, so I guess, is there like does this musician have a hat or something?
Yep, probably, yeah.
Like to throw money in?
Yeah.
So I
think there's
Zuko.
an empty stein, actually.
Okay.
That's probably
So
the customary thing here.
I toss a coin, a gold piece in the stein,
Okay.
and I do not interrupt him, like Zuko doesn't, but I try to whisper around to the patrons and say, so anyone, very unsubtly, since my diplomacy sucks. So, does anyone know where the mother of toads lives?
Love it. Okay, give us a diplomacy check. Let's see how that first round of interrogations is going to go.
Yep. Diplomacy. Yeah.
I think that the first couple of patrons that you speak to are actually dwarves who are like, shh. You're like, oh, do you know about the mother of shh? Oh, do you happen to know about the mother of shh? And you make your way along. Zuko, you can see this out of the corner of your eye that Buka's definitely making friends here. Back to Zuko. What do you... this guy still seems to be playing for a little bit. Is there anything you want to do? You want to position yourself in some kind of way, or...
Well, Zuko kind of tilts his head and listens to the song to kind of get a feel for the music and see if he can like memorize the beat, and then he want to like try to just subtly blend in with his harmonica. Just
love it.
As he's going to try and do that.
Sure. Let's see. Why don't we try a performance check, please?
Ooh, my best skill.
Let's see how he goes here. Whoa!
Whoa!
Amazing. So, like, where that thing is, do you think that Zuko is, like, harmonizing with it, or is he contrasting? I mean, he'll contrast in a good way. It won't be like, someone playing a slow waltz and you're banging pots together. It'll be something that,
I think he's going to do a little bit of both, because he's going to harmonize with harmonica, and then his free foot is going to start tapping on the wood next to the stage.
Yeah. So you start going along with that, and then I think with a roll that good, as you're beginning to to play along and you're spicing it up, as it were, a little bit too, you start hearing this like rock, 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 as everyone in that in that room begins kind of like hitting their steins against the tables, rock, 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 and Buka, you're still walking through like, do you know with and now they're not even like paying attention to you whatsoever.
And then Zuko will lock eyes with the guy performing and just like nod to him to let him know that he's following his lead.
Okay, and then I think what he does is he hops up and begins like speeding up with the play as well too. And as soon as he stands up, the crowd kind of like, ah, boom, whack, 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 whack. So Angus, we're downstairs with you again, and so you've leaned in. This fella turns out to not be a fella at all. What do you say? Angus is speechless.
Angus is speechless. I think that's probably the thing. Angus was not expecting this and doesn't have anything to say.
Okay,
but he might kind of give her the once over to see if she looks like she's a thievy sort.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Give me a perception check. Let's see how good of a judge of character he is. Okay. I think she appears pretty much as you expect. She seems to be dangerous.
Everybody in here is the thievy sort.
Yeah. It does seem to be sort of the the dress code for the joint. She definitely, I think, she's carrying herself with some confidence, and I don't think you know whether that's bona fide confidence or bravado. At least not with that role. Yeah, and she sort of, like, while you're kind of looking her up and down in a gape, she says, "Look, you either got to buy a drink or you got to find another seat."
So you're not gonna buy me a drink despite my light purse?
She kind of looks you up and down. So you're not all you got working for you is your looks, then?
Well, and my charming personality.
Give me a diplomacy check.
Zuko, the only one that's good at that?
You do have a hero point if you want to try to
I think
reroll.
this is a point to use a hero point
Yeah.
to try to make it happen.
Okay.
Okay, a little better. Still not great.
So she kind of, looks you up and down and like, that won't, I don't think that'll even get you a bottle of grog. And she looks away and is looking forward.
You didn't reach for the shoulder, man.
Well, this seems like the place where, like Cantina and Mos Eisley, you reach for somebody's shoulder, your arm might get cut off.
High risk, high reward situation.
Yeah.
So Angus, you're just kind of leaning on the bar. You're feeling a little conspicuous right now. You don't really have.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty out of place. Like, okay, well, I guess I'm gonna hang out and do my best to keep one hand on my corn purse the whole time now, so that I don't get any more robbed.
You're sporing. That's the like pouch thing that you wear in the front of your kilt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So the what happens to Angus then? He stands back, looks up and down at the bar. He's 3 gold lighter. Does he have any gold or any coins to his name now?
He's got a handful of silver.
Okay.
So enough to actually buy a drink if he wanted to, but I think his mood has soured.
Okay.
3 gold, that's a lot.
So you're looking around, and where did Zuko and then you hear this harmonica sound, start up, and it's from the up the winding staircase leading up to the second level, and then you start hearing this whack, 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 like some people are pounding on tables from upstairs, and I think that probably is enough to clue you in as to where he is gone.
Yep.
Buka. So seems like
everyone's distracted, so he's like in his mind, he's like, I don't know, should I just fade into the shadows a little bit, or should I like see what kind of, because he does have like a thievery background, like everyone else in this place. I don't know. I'm sure everyone would get really pissed off if he upset a dwarf or two, but maybe, but maybe they got some drinking money.
So what?
Yeah, he's gonna try to like. Maybe not the dwarves, but anyone else.
Let's talk. Let's just talk mechanics quickly to help you with your thing, because I mean, the frustrating thing with these scenes can be when you're just looking and like, look, I got a shit diplomacy, so like, do I just keep failing and failing over again, or do I try?
No, but he does have like a thievy background, and like.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you can try and structure your what you're trying to do in a way that, say, like the way Zuko was using his performance, I'm a pretty easily bamboozled DM who will let you use skills that you're actually better at if you can give me a good in-fiction pitch for how you're going to approach that.
Well, I think he's like a little frustrated. No one's listening to him. He's trying to get information. Now one guy's disappeared. The other guy's playing his harmonica. So maybe he's just going to try to make a little money while he's here.
Okay. What's he thinking?
So I'm going to pickpocket some people. Maybe non-dwarves, because they seem kind of cool.
Okay, so you're going to head downstairs?
Oh, is it only dwarves up here?
It's almost entirely dwarves, and it will be... This room is not particularly big, so your best bet...
Yeah, I'm going to go downstairs.
Yeah.
Well,
I
some
start
good
looking
thievery
for Mark. Huh?
So the best kind of thievery advice, if you're looking to buy information, is to pay them with your own gold.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see here. Let's take a look at... This is the first pocket being picked in this game. You are trained in thievery, I take it?
Yes.
You have thieves' tools on you?
Do I need thieves' tools to pickpocket?
You do.
Oh,
let's pick a lock. Hold on, I'm a dummy. Palm and object is the...
I might have thieves' tools anyway, but...
Hold on. Let me see here. Let's see here.
No, but I have alchemist tools.
Yeah, you're gonna burn them down. Let's see here. It's actually...
Oh man, hey, you're on fire. Let me help you out. No, it's been a while. He's out of practice.
Yeah, well, and there's not. Let's see here. Like, it's not. I'm looking under thievery. There's not actually an action to pickpocket. I'm assuming it's palm an object, but it says it's a small unattended object. So let's see what the pickpocket
Maybe there's
feat.
No thieving.
No, there is. There's a feat called pickpocket. You can steal or palm an object that's closely guarded, such as in a pocket. Okay, so it's a -5 penalty to your roll when you're trying to get something in a pocket.
Okay. But there's like people have coin purses and stuff too, right? Or no?
Well, that's what I mean. In this town, they're likely all closely guarded. Yeah. -5 penalty to your thievery check when it's a steal. That's the object you're doing, the action you're doing.
Cool.
Okay. It's a manipulate. Worth saying it does have the manipulate trait, which means it attracts reactions as well too. So might be the if they see you grabbing your hand kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if they're not aware of your presence, then stealth check.
Stealth first, then.
Is that what you want to do? Like I think that unlike I'm not going to make you make a stealth or force you to take a stealth and a thievery because that's just basically running the risk or increasing the chances of failure, right? Giving you 2 instead of 1. I think who is it who is it that you see Buka stealing from? Just like someone up here, or someone downstairs?
Oh yeah, not the dwarves, but someone downstairs. Maybe someone, someone who's probably drunk.
Okay, I'm gonna make a quick roll here. Oh, you know what I'll do? So, and Carl, what I'm doing is I'm randomly determining their level. They could be down to -1 level. So let's do this. Yeah, up to -2. Interesting. Okay. So you go walking by, you see that there is a coin purse that is seemingly protected. Mm-hmm. How does Buka go about trying to get his nimble little fingers on this?
Well, he's not going to try to do the bump thing because that'll probably just annoy him. So he's going to try to.
I already know what's going to happen with a nat 1, and I'll tell you that involves Angus.
Okay. All right. So he's just going to try to, carefully not try to bump him.
Yeah.
See if he's distracted. Maybe when he takes a drink, then.
Sure. Okay. So why don't you give me a thievery check, please? I can tell you that is not going to be successful. Would you like to spend a hero point?
What did I roll on that? 11? Yeah, I'll spend a hero point. Sure.
Nice.
It's worse. Okay.
Okay. It's still not a crit failure. So.
Okay.
I think what what happens is you're going in to grab this, and Angus, you're just about to get your hands on this thing, and then Angus walks up and he's like, "Buka, this place is full of thieves."
Damn it!
And the guy kind of looks down and he sees your arm there, and he looks back and he's like, "Hey!" So his disposition is hostile. This is about to become a bar fight. Yes. So you guys will have an opportunity to try and diffuse this. Zuko, you've made a very good impression on this. On this guy, and what he seems to be building towards is some kind of rousing dwarven kind of war song or something like that, or war hymn, because you're adding this kind of cool goblin flourish with your harmonica to it, but it's the whole crowd up here is all singing like crazy. And then when it finally reaches its crescendo, and they all finish singing and they break out in cheers. The guy who was playing that dwarven pipe thing, he finally finishes up and he kind of comes over to you and he's like, claps you on the shoulder. Well done, well done.
Who kind of stumbles forward and goes, "Yeah, that was fun."
Yeah, what's your name, little goblin?
I am Zuko, bard in training, and I do a little flourish.
Nice. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to find. Oh, there it is. My name is Kev, trying to find a book. His name is Adric. I'm Adric of the clan Daraln. Adric Daraln.
Perfect.
What brings you here? I haven't seen you in town before.
I was doing a delivery from Iron God Mott's to Bogtown. And,
Well, you don't look like you play a mean harmonica and you're a courier?
well, I did on and off. I came from Helix and it got boring there, so came down here and
I imagine playing a harmonica the way you did certainly worked up quite a thirst. Let's get you a drink, Goblin.
yeah. He's like, he points at the instrument. He's like, I admire that. What's it made of? Is some kind of mithril?
Oh, it's carefully folded iron. This has harmonic chambers in it to give it that sweet sound. You never tried one before?
No, I'm not that good with the wind instruments other than the harmonica.
Oh. You ain't played nothing till you've played a deep pipe, I tell ya.
I believe it.
Come, let's get drinks and come back. And as you're walking along, all those dwarves are kind of patting you on the back as well too, like you clearly made a bunch of fans here.
They look over to see if anybody was tipping him, because.
Oh yeah, they're definitely tossing things into his thing. So Angus, you have just walked up and told Buka, like, careful, this place is full of thieves, and it seems that Buka may have hidden depths to his character. Because this guy just caught Buka trying to steal his thing, and he spun around, and he's about to clock him.
Well, then I'm gonna sort of push Buka out of the way at least.
Okay.
So he'll have to clock me if he clocks somebody. Some a lot bigger and meaner.
Okay. Why don't you give me an intimidation check, please? Okay, what do you say? Or do you say anything?
Just sort of grimace, I guess. I'm in a bad mood.
Yeah, no doubt.
I lost basically all of my money.
Okay. So you,
yeah.
And you're a little humbled by a much, a superior female.
Yep.
So you step in and you glower down. Now this guy is probably in his about 50s, but he looks like kind of a hard character, and he looks up at you, and kind of let me check. Hold on, guys. I can't remember what the you actually rolled well enough to change his what do you call it? To change his reaction to you. And where is it? Is it on the DM screen? Come on, you.
Chorus or something?
Yeah. Because it has they've maintained the classic, like, 5 stages of reactions in this edition. And I think it's hostile. I think it's unfriendly is the next one up.
Next one.
Yeah, so he... this guy turns around and, like, he was cocking a fist, and then he sees you standing there, or standing and interposing yourself between the yourself and the little halfling, and he here it is. So I found it on 246. So he looks at you. Oh, I suppose you're working in league with him, are you? That's the way this works. He's the finesse, and you're the muscle.
Working doing what?
You know damn well what he was doing. You watch yourself.
Okay, I'll watch my back.
Not you. And he's looking behind you at where Buka is. What is Buka doing right now?
Buka's like, sir, I apologize. I saw that you had some rheumatism. Let me concoct you up a little pick-me-up.
You think I'd take anything from you, thief?
Well,
Well, hold on. Actually, wait. Go ahead and give me a deception check. Let's give you a chance to. We'll let the dice decide. Okay, he kind of looks at you. He's not sure that you're telling the truth. He looks at you and he sees all the underones and stuff on you, and he looks up at you, Angus. What do you do, Angus?
I'm
Like, how do you see this playing out here?
I'm just gonna keep glowering at him
Until he looks back?
Yeah.
How many friends does he have?
It seems like there's a couple people at the bar who are turning around. It's also, this definitely strikes you as the kind of place where, everyone's quite happy to have a little, bar fight. And it also, not for nothing, now that you notice it, it does seem like it's having all those separate little areas does seem like a pretty easy way to sort of control the amount of chaos that a bar fight, results in. So, Angus, so you're just, glowering at this guy, and he looks at you and looks down at you, Buka, and he can't quite. He's beginning to doubt whether he did that, whether he judged what was happening correctly, and he finally turns back away from you. He says, "Watch it," and he moves his purse way the hell away from you, so it's effectively impossible at this point.
Yeah.
Then he
Well,
leans.
I'll sell you an antidote for your rheumatism, sir.
I have nothing wrong with my rummy-tism.
Or scurvy, whatever. Your teeth are falling out.
He looks back at you and he's like, "What's wrong with my teeth?" No teeth.
Exactly. Ugh.
So it seems like he's gonna, not escalate things any further. So if you turn away,
Damn it.
Angus,
You're ruining my fun, Angus.
Angus, would you give me a reflexes save, please?
Uh-oh.
Look at that. Oh, did it not? It's a 20.
Oh, it hasn't. Oh, nat 20?
Not a nat 20. It's a 20 total.
There it is.
Oh, nice. So you suddenly see something glittering passes by your face, and you're like, "Whoa!" and you grab it out of the air. It's a gold coin.
That's weird.
Fortune favors the bold, I see.
It definitely didn't come from this guy.
Yep.
You're not quite sure where it came from. So at this point, I think Zuko and Adric come down, and sort of push past you guys. You found Zuko again, and again, it seems like he's made fast friends with someone. They're talking music, I think, too. Do you know the ballad of the Silver Halls?
Is that a war song?
Aye, yes.
Can we overhear this, or?
Yeah, they're sort of
Maybe.
pushing past you.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think it's good enough.
Could you play it for me? I might know the beat.
Oh, okay. So yeah, and I think that's what you see, Buka, is this goblin or Zuko and this dwarf who's got kind of like salt and pepper hair. He's got a big long beard, and there's lots of white in the beard as well. They push past you, singing some kind of dwarven song. Though Zuko is singing it in Goblin, and he's singing it in Dwarven. Zuko doesn't speak Dwarvish, or does he?
No, but he tries very hard to work on the syllables so that he could try it without knowing
Sure.
the language.
Well, I think with the role that well, like you actually know it, but you know it as a Goblin song.
Okay.
So you guys are both kind of like, I picture someone like two people singing the exact same song to the same tune with the same kind of the same whatever like notes, but like one in English and one in Italian.
Wow.
That's kind of what you guys are doing right now.
The crazy thing is I can understand it both in Dwarven and in Goblin.
Yeah. So you kind of hear this like, whoa, what are they singing?
Yeah.
So they push past you, and you you guys get Zuko. You get a drink, and then you guys, as you're talking away, you're able to sort of steer the conversation where you want.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to ask this guy?
I tell him as I travel around delivering things and finding adventure, I look for more rumors and tales to share with other towns, and I've heard that of bog mother in these places.
Bog
And
mother.
I was looking to see if those rumors were true and who might know more about it.
But, oh. You mean
Mother of toads, yes.
the mother of toads?
Yes, language barrier.
Oh, aye. Aye. And he gets a little serious. Oh. You're hoping to learn songs from the mother of toads, are ya?
If she has songs, I would like to learn them, yes.
Oh, boy. And he looks at the beers that he just got you. He shakes and puts it down. He looks up and he says, Orcish whiskey, please. And the guy behind is like, all right. And he gets it. And he says, if we're to talk with the mother of toads, we'll need to steal our will.
Zuko goes, and reaches in a bag and pulls out some Galantrian wine and goes, I have good stuff too.
Oh, you hear from behind the bar, no outside drinks.
Damn it, I put it away.
Corking fee. Corking fee.
Yeah, corkage. The well-known corkage fee at the Toasted Troll.
After party.
So you get your shot of Orcish whiskey. You both slam it back, and it's the worst fucking thing you can imagine. Maybe Zuko, because you're a fire sorcerer, maybe it's not quite as bad, but god dang.
Let fate decide.
Okay. Oh, you did pretty well. Yeah.
It burns a little bit less than my fireball.
Nice. So you guys get your strong drinks, and then you head up. And as you're making your way up, the Adric kind of looks back, and he pulls out this flask that seems to be made of the same kind of or a similar kind of metal, and he opens it up. He's like, "Let's have a wee bit of that brandy, then."
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Good hell, I fill the flask.
Yeah. So as the two of them, you can see that Zuko seems to have made a fast friend. What's happening with Buka and Angus?
Zuko looks over at them and waves them to follow him if they want to. So,
Yeah, I'll follow.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
I will introduce my friends to the new friend I made.
Okay, so you introduce to Adric, and once you guys get upstairs, you see it seems that Zuko has made quite a few dwarven friends as well, too. So you got a lot of people, small group of travelers from the Moon Peaks who are down.
And Zuko looks all wise and says, "It is the music and the alcohol that binds us and makes it possible to live together."
Aye!
Then drink.
If it wasn't for the drink, you'd be objectionably ugly.
Zuko is really pretty for a goblin.
Angus, do you feel like a princess with all these dwarves around?
He made fun
Definitely
of your
feel
dad.
like something.
So you guys, Angus and Buka, if you want, you can make yourself at home amongst the crowd. These dwarves suddenly seem a lot more amenable to talking to friends of this, the musical goblin.
Zuko's like, "Tell them how I survived a wyvern sting. That's a good story."
Angus,
Buka was
first you've
there.
heard of this.
Yeah, Buka was there. He knows.
Well, Buka would be like, I wish I would have acted faster and collected some of that poison gland.
They didn't kill it though.
Maybe it's still around.
So
Alas, I've only been able to squeeze a few centipedes and take their poison, their venom.
Is that what your kind call it?
Zuko that.
Yeah, halflings are dangerous.
Oh, aye.
The bits are on the wrong spot. I can't heal him. I've tried.
So, the Adric sits down with you, Zuko, and you, he says, "Oh, so you're planning to go to the Mother of Toads, then?"
Well, if he's real, I'm trying to verify.
Oh, she's real. Aye. A new,
He leans in all conspiratoriously like and goes, "Tell me."
why don't you give me a diplomacy check? Let's see how.
Yes.
I just want to judge how much he's able to offer. I'll let you make the roll instead. Me.
I'll hero point that because 13.
Yeah.
I'm new.
When you guys everyone gets a hero point too. You guys have been role playing the hell out of this
Okay.
bar night, so everyone gets a
Static one then.
top up their things. Okay, that's way better. Yeah. So he leans in and he says, "It said she's been here longer than even my grandfather's been growing a beard. Some say that she was once a woman, but Others say she's simply a manifestation, some ancient thing representing the Barrowmaze itself. Whatever the case may be, she's quite knowledgeable. She seems to know a great deal. But to learn her secrets and take her wisdom and guidance requires a great cost. You must offer something, and she allows the offerer to set the price. You set the price.
So she gives us what we pay for.
No. She knows what her knowledge is worth, and she'll judge whether your offered price is right or not.
Okay.
If not, she has been known to take offense to that.
What does she take in payment?
She takes in payment. Offer those things that you hold dear.
I will have to think on that.
None say what they've offered neither, for fear that her magics may come to harm those who would spill the Mother Toad's secrets. In addition, that is only the first stage of getting what you want from her. If you do seek something actual of value, and she accepts the price or the initial offer, she will task you with something. Some say the tasks have been easy. Some say they've been nigh impossible. She's asked I've heard she's asked some to steal the hat of the tallest man in town, and others the tears of a dragon.
So it's a gamble.
Aye.
I like to gamble.
Oh well. It is the highest of high stakes with the Mother of Toads. That's for true. So as you guys are talking, let's cut over to the rest of the dwarves. Buka and Angus, what's going on with you guys?
I'm trying to listen in on what Zuko is talking to Angus.
Adric.
Sorry, talking to Adric about. And, so I'm kind of not really paying attention to all the dwarves. But I will drink with them.
Okay. So you're having a drink with the dwarves in the thing. Okay. Are you? And they're asking. They're a little curious of what's going on with you. So they ask a bit about you, where you're from, what you do.
Yeah, I kind of make things. I mix these chemicals together, and cool stuff happens.
Ooh, you're an alchemist.
Yes.
Where'd you learn that then? You don't see many halflings. Cooking chefs, maybe.
Well, I cook I cook sort of, but I cook with these chemicals.
Aye. Where'd you learn that craft then? Is your clan one for mixing these things?
No, I guess I picked it up here and there. I don't. What countries have slavery, right? So I was an escaped slave. So
Galantry, parts of.
Oh yeah, right. So I just kind of learned things just watching as a slave. I guess I picked it up. I was pretty smart. I started mixing, chemicals for cleaning, because I had to clean and scrub for
the cleaning. You're a domestic.
At the whim of my cruel mage masters and their arrogant children who go to the school,
Does Buka have like the markings of a slave? Like, does he have binding scars or something like that? Do you think? Or
I don't. Probably a brand somewhere.
Okay.
Probably try to cover it up.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
So okay. So he's I happen
to escape just I don't know. It was,
Escape? How'd you do that then?
so we were at some sort of festival or carnival, and I just blended in with the other cooks, and just kept
See?
going.
And the one dwarf hits another one. I told you he was a cook. And just from there to here. What are you doing in Bogtown?
Oh well, we're looking for information.
Information. Are
Yeah,
you
we're
bounty
looking-
hunters?
Oh no, nothing like that at all. We're looking for information about the mother of toads. We've been into the Barrowmaze a few times and wish to know more. I'm not really good at. I just blurt things out. I'm not really good at watching my words, like the goblin over there.
You also probably can't hold your liquor. So-
Yeah, I don't know. I got a fortitude of 8.
Ah, fair enough. Why don't you
Better than Zuko's.
give me a diplomacy check, please? Let's just, and it's not going to be like you've started a fight with them. It's just going to see how much they actually know.
That would be fun.
Yeah, I do have low fantasy gaming at hand, and it's got terrific.
Oh!
Nat 20. Okay, let me think here. There's got to be something really good you'll learn from this.
Yeah. If any, I do tell them if anyone isn't an alchemist or an alchemist wannabe, I can share my recipes. I'm always about sharing recipes.
Aye. Well, I'm not. We've heard about the mother of toads, and she's quite the. Whew, I'm not sure I'd ever want to meet her, good or bad mood, but it's said that if you can guess and flatter her favorite child, then she takes a particular liking to you and will offer a particular gift. Even a creature as old and ancient and strange as her may still have some affection for at least some of her creations. Or so they say. Who knows? What I also know is if those who are unsuccessful add to her army or to her family. So, if you seek the mother of toads, best decide how angry you'd be to be turned into a toad yourself.
Well, I'm not averse to being turning into a monster.
Oh, aye.
I kind of chuckle with that sort of evil laugh.
They all kind of stop for a second. They're like, is he kidding?
Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Break out laughing.
No, really, I can turn myself into a monster.
Knew what Pathfinders are monsters.
So Angus, what is going on with you? These guys are all, they're offering beer. They
Yeah, if they're offering beer, I'll definitely take them up on that. I think Angus is right. Angus is still in a bit of a temper. He's, kind of a broody drunk right now.
Yeah. So then one of the drunker dwarves kind of comes up to you and claps his hand on kind of your your side. Oh, why is the long face there, Longshanks?
Money troubles.
Money troubles.
Other troubles. There seems I'm not as friendly as I thought because a group of men in the last town I was in attacked me.
What?
Can you believe?
Wait,
For some, I can't even remember what I said that pissed them off so much, although I think they... there was something that like...
You cannot remember. Were you in your cups?
Oh, only a little. Only a little.
Well, I say the worst words, the only thing worse than the words you don't remember are those you do. So be glad that you don't remember them. Plus, it looks like you survived.
Barely.
Barely's good enough always. So I hate. And he pulls back his this helmet on his head, and you see there's this giant fucking scar all the way along on his head. He's just barely.
You know a thing or two about Barely, I can tell.
Oh, aye. Yes, barely.
Right.
Oh, gosh. Yes.
You
Troll
got a
axe.
story?
Right there.
Ooh, ooh, trolls. Out in the moor?
Oh, aye. In the mountains.
In the
They
mountains.
infest the moon peaks. This one... Oh. Thanks, oh, thank Crumb. They can't make iron for shit. Because this one broke. So you see, Barely's always good enough.
It's definitely good enough for me.
Aye. So tell me, what are you here for?
Oh, to be honest, I'm a hired man with a company of stalwart. Well, I don't know exactly what they are,
Oh,
but they helped me out back in the last town, back in Ironguard Mott, when there was a bit of a shindig, a kerfuffle or two.
wait a minute. A big lad like you was rescued by them. The wee ones.
Oh, they're mighty in their way.
They must be. Hidden secrets and all.
Ah,
And who was it who set upon you?
some sort of. I think they were religious fanatics, maybe.
Ugh. Religious types. Like the gods don't cause enough problems on their own. Shee. Do you know what it was? Which it wasn't one of them dark ones, was it? We've heard stories.
No, I think there were just the out on the theological frontier, as it were.
A theological frontier. What you're inveigling your words like a. Are you a scholar? You look like a warrior, a man at arms.
Oh, I'm a man of secret depths, my friend.
I see why you travel with them now. So, we'll cut back to Zuko now. So this guy insists on buying you a drink, Angus, and probably several. So, Zuko, we were back with you and Adric. Do you have any other questions for him about the Mother of Toads, or anything else for that matter?
Not so much about the Mother of Toads, because I figure we've got enough on that. Well, where's the best place to look for her, I suppose. Like, does he have a map? Does he know the direction?
It said that she lives in a grove to the southwest of town. You follow it, and if she's inclined to take you into her court, as it will, then she'll take you in.
Okay. And then he's like, that's some real useful information. So since I'm new to Bogtown, who should we avoid here?
Bogtown, where are you from, Zuko?
Well, I hail from a bit further to the north, but right now I think my home's in Helix.
Oh, you're in Helix.
I've been there for a few months.
You're not that lucky goblin that I've heard about.
No, but I know him.
Oh, aye.
He was with me when we fought the Wyvern that tried to kill me.
Oh, the
Almost
Wyvern.
did. Yeah. Zuko pulls open his robe a little bit and shows us puncture wounds from the Wyvern tail, which are probably this big on him, and a little bit of the scarring from the poison.
Oh, deepest delves, look at that thing.
Yes. I was tasting Wyvern poison for days.
Holy. Oh, I'd imagine. Those things, I'm surprised you weren't skewered on it. Those stingers are huge.
Yes. It was a glancing blow. It didn't kill me outright.
Oh, I can see that.
It felt like an eternity with the poison riding through me.
Koi.
I was up, I was down, I couldn't tell reality.
Crazy.
Yeah. So, I'm going to kill that thing one day.
How's the season been in Helix?
Cold.
No, quiet as well, I imagine.
Well, there were those ghost trolls we fought.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Ghost trolls?
They make you so hungry you want to eat anything around you.
Wait a moment.
In Barrowmore, we were traveling a little bit.
This, I believe, and he finishes off his what's left in his flask. I believe this story will require a refill. Aye?
Yes.
Okay, so you fill it up, and he says, so start with this ghost troll and work your way back.
Okay.
So you start telling him the story of that.
Yeah, I don't tell him exactly, because Zuko doesn't know most of the relationships behind the vampire thing and the infections, and he just signed up and went, and he just gives them like.
Well, he's even fascinated to hear what you went through too. That's crazy. I mean, again, like going into the Barrowmore in the wintertime is tantamount to suicide. It's even crazier than going out at night in the Barrowmore. So he's kind of like, whoa.
Well, I was an older goblin when I got back.
Oh, I don't doubt. You're not just a teller of stories, you're a liver of tales.
You know, you can't trust anybody that hasn't almost died trying to figure something out.
I tell you, it's almost cheating creating those adventures yourself there, Zuko.
Nah.
Boom, he clinks drinks with you again. Buka, you seem to have got some friends here. Do you direct the conversation towards anything else? Hello.
He said he would be right back.
Oh, you're muted there, Carl.
I'm back. No, right. So Bogtown is like where the Shadow Hands are, right?
Central.
Based.
Yeah.
So
the rumors go, though. It's not like public knowledge.
Yeah, I tell him. No, I don't want to. Because I mean, I'll say, yeah, we. What kind of underground is in Bogtown?
Underground? What do you mean? There's no dungeon underneath here, if that's it what you're asking. The what?
No.
Oh.
I would say, no. I mean, like
caves.
Criminal.
Is it caves you're looking for?
No, criminal underground.
Criminal. He kind of looks around.
Underworld.
Shh.
Oh,
Little
right.
one, you keep your voice down. Won't you know where you are?
No, we're new in town. Tell us, friend. What should we avoid?
I would avoid asking the very question that you just asked there, lad.
Oh.
This town's under the purview of the Shadow Hands. You've heard of them, have you?
Yeah, they cause trouble in a lot of places. They throw their weight around.
That's an opinion I would recommend keeping to yourself there, son. At least while you're in this town. In fact, it may be best you not mention them at all.
Good to know. Thank you for the advice, friend.
It seems like your gregarious nature may get you in more trouble than you expect there, Buka.
Well, I wouldn't say gregarious. Big mouth, maybe.
As they say in the Moon Peaks, potato, potato. So Angus, you're having drinks with this dwarven fella. Is there anything you want to kind of steer the conversation towards? First off, how are you feeling now?
Oh, I'm feeling better. Made a friend, got some drinks, That's good.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna ask a little bit because I don't really know what's out in the Barrowmore that much. So I'm gonna ask just a little bit about kind of what sort of stuff is actually out there.
What do you mean in the moor itself?
More, yeah.
Well, why don't you give me a diplomacy check? Let's see what how much they know. Okay. Well, the moor around this side. Do you mean near? Well, he doesn't know you're from. Actually, you're not from Helix. You're from here. I think what he tells you is, well, in my home, I live. So my clan is from the Moon Peaks, and we've got. There's even an ancient. We've got trouble up there, like you would not. There's angry rock creatures that can cause troubles for us. Nasty creatures called chokers that live in there as well. Trolls. A few of escaped orcs. and one really old, really nasty frost giant who just won't die. Oy. But I suppose you mean the moors. Well, on this side of the moors, lizard folk for sure. Lots of them. And to the south, in the weird wood, there's them strange elves there. And further west, the elves of the Thornwild, neither of those are particularly nice. The weird wood are strange sorcerers, weird magics. In the Thornwild, well, all you need to know is that they ride bats. What kind of creature rides a bat?
No.
Wait, you're not thinking of going to Helix, are you?
Is there a reason to go to Helix?
Oh, the moor. So many of your kind thinking you're going to sign on with a group, go and get rich. Is that why you're here? Is that your lucky goblin?
Oh, we haven't been too lucky as of late.
Oh, you need to get yourself a new goblin then. It said there's one that just riches fall from his hands. Everywhere he goes, showered in gold and pearls and jewels. What they don't tell you is how many die. Oh, aye. Those that go out there, not very few are concerned about ensuring all those who they hire for a silver piece or so make it back in one piece. Many is the unmarked grave out there, and unquiet are those graves in the Barrowmaze. I had a cousin who hired on. I'll make so much money, he said. Oh, I'll go out to Helix. Oh. Hired on with a bunch of fools, went out to the moor, and never came back.
Alright. I'm going to roll fortitude for Angus's attempt to sober up real quick.
Okay. You got a hero point.
No, I think it would be funnier if he tries to get and he's just not really able.
Okay.
You can tell that he's kind of, you know.
Yeah. What's he trying to do? What's he sobering up for?
Well, he was just trying to be kind of appropriately respectful and kind of somber, and he's
he's got like one eye open, one eye closed, kind of leaning forward, wobbling back and forth.
You can tell that he's not right. In the film version, it's obvious to all the viewers that he sort of heard half of that, and maybe half of that he heard actually stayed in his brain.
Yeah. Zuko, do you have anything else you want to touch on with this guy?
Well, he's making fast friends with him, and he's as bards in training tend to do.
Yep.
So he's like, I have one more story for me. It happened on the way here.
Oh,
Our bell tried to eat me.
An owl bear.
Yes, it ate my pony.
Ooh, we don't like
It
them.
did. I threw a fireball right in its face.
Oh, good.
Although I hear they travel in pairs, so there might be one really pissed off maid out there.
Do you know what they call a pile of 100 dead owl bears?
No, but I'd like to know.
A good start.
So the Zuko is gonna put down like 2 silver pieces as kind of like his share of the, tip / beer fund, and
He puts his hand up. He says, "Oh no, you've made this a great night for myself and my clanmates as well. You know, the drinks will be on us, sir."
Oh,
Zuko.
nice. Did you get a good haul? He looks over.
Does he? Which, sorry?
He asked him if he got a good haul tonight.
Oh, let's see. Well, it's mostly my clansmen who are paying, so it should cover my tab for tonight.
Okay.
Hey.
I threw in a gold.
He's like, wow! You know how much a gold is worth? It's like tossing a platinum in.
Yeah.
Zuko just raises an eyebrow. He's like, on the inside, he's like, I wasn't going to tip him, but, you know, I was being polite.
It sounds like you're winding down the evening then?
Yep.
Yeah, he's going to do that and eventually get a room and pass out.
Okay. But you can't actually get a room here. There is a lodging house elsewhere. This is just a tavern.
Okay.
Yeah. What about Buka? Is there anything else that happens for him in the company of these dwarves?
No, unless they're going to somewhere else to go to drink, or does this place stay open all night?
Yeah, this is really it's a town of 460 people, so you're like, pub crawl! Like, there's only one pub. I'm here!
Go to the next room.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so Buka continues to drink on into the wee hours. What about Angus?
Sure.
I think Angus is going to follow Zuko to wherever a convenient bed is.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're wobbling along, would you give me another reflex save?
Jeez.
Angus?
Angus, please, yes.
Yes. Oh, not so good.
Guessing that
So
was
I think
for him
you're-
falling down.
Zuko, you can see that Angus is a little wobbly on his feet. Do you do anything to try and... I mean, you're, less than half his height.
So I can tell he's about to fall on his face.
Well, he's just, from the time that he stands up and does that kind of like, woof. Like, he sat down and then drank a shit ton of alcohol and then stood up and realized how drunk he was. So he's a little like, he probably like misses a stair or two, kind of like that thing where you half step on one stair and then carry down a couple of other ones.
Okay.
So you go down the stairs, this winding staircase, and he kind of like boom, 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 behind you. You're like, you realize that this big Scotsman is a bit in his cups.
So Zuko's inebriated enough that he's not thinking 100% clearly, but he's not strong. He's small. This guy outweighs him by like 4 times. He goes like, Featherfall!
Which
and
one?
Then Featherfall and get out of his way.
Okay, so
Angus reaction to do
very
it. So.
slowly falling down the stairs.
Oh no.
Your kilt billowing out beneath you, and not falling. You're just sort of. What's the duration of Featherfall?
Click on it.
1 minute. What is his reaction to suddenly, like, he's falling? Because I can think of a couple potential ones.
He's drunk, so it's...
He is, so I think he's kind of freaked out because he probably didn't see or hear Featherfall being actually cast on him.
Yeah.
So he thinks
Studio is probably like, holy shit!
Yeah.
he is maybe, because he knows that he pissed off some kind of religious people. He's, and drunk as he is, maybe even wondering if he has just been like grabbed by the hand of an angry god or something. That is holding in place.
And then you quickly kind of like, as you're falling down slowly, you're able to get your feet and can't carry down the stairs. You're like, huh. You start making your way through the bar, kind of, wobbling back and forth. Zuko, you're looking back at him to make sure he doesn't fall again. Mm-hmm. And then there's a moment where you're trying to step, Angus, and you tripped on something. Would you give me a perception check again? And Zuko, you can give me a perception check as well.
Okay.
Whoa.
Zuko perceives everything.
Yeah, so both of you see this. Angus, you start falling, and because you're falling so slowly, you kind of spy a foot back, or spy your look back. Spy a look back. What you see is that same woman. Her leg is retreating back and kind of trying to hide from the bar. She just tripped you.
Yep.
So you whoa, and Zuko, you see this as well too.
Yeah, and so I kind of, as best I can, sort of stumbling along, try to flash her a grin.
She's not looking at you at all.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, so you kind of look back, grinning, and then you kind of I think you're falling slowly enough.
Yeah.
So you guys step out into the cold winter air, sobers you just a bit up.
Zuko looks over at Angus and is like, I think somebody likes you.
Yeah, she should have pulled your hair or something.
Yeah.
Goblins show affection. Trip them, push them, pull their hair, bite them. That's how we do it.
So, Buka, what happens with the last of your evening?
I I guess I'll hang. I'll go with where the dwarves go. Do they have like a place where they hang out? Do they go to the boarding house too? They seem pretty
Love
fun.
that you're keeping up with the dwarves.
Or trying to.
Would you kindly give me a fortitude save?
Okay.
So that you're more than the halfling that you are.
Would you kindly give me a D30, D30 roll, please?
I don't have those dice. I'm kidding.
Nice way to try to get out of it.
22. That's a beginning. That's a song. 22 Acacia Avenue by Iron Maiden. Out the Number of the Beast.
So when you wake up, it is in the loving arms of a 67-year-old barmaid.
Nice.
She is probably about 3 times your weight. She is... the most generous way to describe her would be unconventionally attractive. A less charitable way would be, goat-like. So you wake up first and kind of like, oh... And perhaps the only thing worse than the smell of her breath is perhaps the fact that she is a clinging sleeper. She is, got herself. Basically, you're like a teddy bear to her.
Oh my gosh.
Better make yourself up a remove disease potion.
I can make antidote. Yes.
So, Buka, you kind of wake up and your head... Oh, my God, your head! What do you do? Or what happens?
Walk of shame. Walk.
Yeah. I guess I'll try to, like, slither out of there.
So you can make an athletics or an acrobatics. Acrobatics is to slip out. Athletics is to muscle your way out.
They're both pretty bad, so we will see. Yep. It's the same.
Oh my God. You may be here until she gets up.
It's awful.
She keeps snoring. Zuko and Angus, you head to the kind of the boarding house that's there. I think that there probably only is really like a... Oh, that's not true. There probably is single individual rooms. Individual rooms or common room?
I don't trust this town.
Yeah.
Secure single room?
Let's do this. Oh, it's winter time. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to say that there is a... give me a flat DC 6 check. There is a chance that it actually will be full. But
roll
it's
D20?
Pretty roll. Yeah, just a roll D20. 6 or higher. So common room it is. It appears that all the rooms are occupado. So you guys are forced to sort of, sleep with the rest of the riffraff in the common room. You're provided like a blanket and kind of a disgusting pillow, a leather pillow, and that's what you're going to go and make your room or make your way to the common room.
See, does prestidigitation still clean stuff?
I'll say it does.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Tidy color clean.
Yeah.
I'm not sleeping on soiled stuff.
Okay. So what does it look like as you make this clean?
Yeah, he basically like casts a spell and he like wrings it out and all the dirt comes off of it as he twists it in his hand and he shakes it and then the pillow.
Nice. So Angus, you're looking down at this. What do you do?
I'm gonna do my best to kind of shake my blanket out and have to make do with that.
Okay. It looks... Zuko's has the look of, like, freshly made, fresh from the wash,
You're not going to sleep on that, are you? You'll get more fleas.
Well, can you do your...
Wait, what do you mean more?
Yeah. What do you mean more? And also, can you do your trick on mine?
Yeah. Zuko, he does prestidigitation again, but this time he like brushes his hand because it is a minor illusion, and he picked a fake flea off Angus's like shirt collar and flicks it. See?
Ew.
I
Do you not feel that when they bite you?
we'll see in the morning.
All right, so you guys fall asleep, and though you are having to suffer through the snoring of a room full of henchmen, you do have an uneventful night. At least, certainly not as eventful as Buka's.
Aw.
So let's maybe wrap up the session, guys, with talking about what the plan is. Is the plan to head directly out to the Mother of Toads on?
I'm hoping that Bargo gets over himself and meets us there before we go somewhere.
Yep.
And maybe some of the other guys tag along.
I think that I think George said he is going to make the session. So
On Friday?
I think so. Yeah. Let's see here. But I could be wishful thinking on my part. Did he say?
I do not think George said anything.
Oh, George hasn't said one way or the other. Yeah. Subbed. Okay. Well, we'll sort it out one way or the other. Whether Buka gets his
Gets away
Bargle.
from Maggie, or Buka, you mean?
Yeah. Not Buka. I'm sorry. Bargle. Whether Bargle gets his nerve back or not.
Yeah, because Zuko's like only somewhat attached to the whole Mother of Toad thing, and it'd be good to have somebody who knows what's really going on going.
For sure. Yeah.
I mean, Zuko's good and all, but you have to have a reason to go. But his interest is piqued because of the stories and the potential rewards.
Yep. Well, I mean, we've made friends with the dwarves too, so maybe we can go back with them and do some stuff in the mountains.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
That could be fun too.
Do they need some pests cleaned out of their minds that I can burn?
The Moon Peaks certainly are always, potential for adventure. I love it when people who are trying to watch this and like, let's see the Barrowmaze. We do everything but the Barrowmaze in this campaign. Like, don't get me wrong. If you guys want to go to the Moon Peaks, I will have amazing shit for you guys to do in the Moon Peaks.
It looks like there's a dragon on the map, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like a dragon there.
Oh,
or is that a wyvern?
That appears to be a dragon. Though, yeah. And what kind of dragons live in mountainous terrain?
Red ones.
Little ones.
Zuko might like to go. He speaks Draconic and Ignin and fire.
Awesome.
Does he?
Okay. Yeah, there's definitely like on a. I think we're going to wrap up the session here. And we'll figure out between now and on the Discord server what we're going to do on Friday.
All right.
Yeah, we also have a ready-made excuse for why. Cause I don't think Carl's got another game. We got an excuse why Buka's missing because he's in the arms of his lover. So great. That I think will get us there. That is a good role-playing session, guys. A nice counterpart to our what do you call it? A good job. If you have not started listing the NPCs in your character notes tab, I would suggest you do that because that will ensure you to remember. Like if you guys attach yourselves to NPCs and you go back to them, they're gonna be there. So
I appreciate the spelling of the guy's name because I butchered it.
Okay. Also, I mean, I did it through my shitty Scottish accent too, so I don't think that made it any easier to figure out the spelling.
So what was the guy that I was talking to?
Aw, thanks, Flame. Flame just said, so I'm fine with everything you guys do. What a great guy.
He's pretty active. I like watching him post and chat and in Discord.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, and he played in the game last night too with Hobbs and Arlo.
Oh,
yeah. Well, and he played in our Paladin game, the first round of Paladin.
Oh yeah. So cool.
Yeah, good dude.
Is he the one doing all the map drawings on Discord as well?
Yes, I think so. Yeah. I think so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Anyway, and he's for those listening at home. Do you hear all the amazing stuff going on the Discord server? Let's start with the outro with that. So, for those listening at home, first off, thank you so much for joining us. Big especially to you there, Flame and Nth. Thanks so much for joining us for the session today in chat. And in the in Bogtown. As always, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section below. Even if you just want to let the guys how awesome they're doing with their role playing, I know that they would appreciate hearing. In addition, you can also reach me on Twitter at Dungeon Musings. You can reach me by email. My email address is dungeonmusings@gmail.com. But the easiest way to reach me nowadays is on the Discord server. We've set up the Discord server about a month ago, and we've been pretty much non-stop bullshitting about games that either we're playing, or the campaigns, or the what do you call it? The other
Or
games.
they're on sale.
And, oh yeah, selling games too. That's right. So basically, forcing each other into buying other games. We also have a Find a Game channel as well too. That's been pretty successful. So if you've got something that you want to run or that you want to play in, that's a really we've seen a lot of success with some of the not some of, quite a few of the players and the viewers on the channel as well. In addition, I've got open table sessions every month as well for people who aren't playing in one of my ongoing campaigns. So if you are interested in braving a session with me, I will be running something in October, and I will be the Low Fantasy Gaming from Pickpocket Press. I got to come up with a date for that, and I'll make that decision this weekend, so because October is blowing by already.
Yep.
And you can find all about that on the Discord server as well. I will post something on the channel in the community tab, but that is a way to hear about the particulars and to sign up for those open table sessions. I'll also note that there is something in a link in the description of the video to something called Heroes Save Villages. That is the charity fundraising campaign that we run on the channel. We don't monetize the channel. We don't run ads. We don't have a Patreon. If you are inclined to toss some GP in the direction of the channel, I would encourage you to click through, learn a little bit about the Heroes Save Villages initiative, and see some of the rewards that we have on offer. In beginning of January as well too, the rewards will reset, and I will have I think the most popular reward, which is a 4-hour session. You can get a charity session if you donate $100 to the charity starting in 2020. I'll run a 4-hour session for you. Your choice of game, your choice of players. Whether you want to play with some of the folks that we play with, or you want to play with you and your friends, I'll do that for you. I only have a couple limited. I only have limited amounts of those each year, just because it's a busy schedule. As well, and I do want to make sure that you get your dollars worth out of your donations, but there's also quite a few other interesting rewards, and all donations go directly to the SOS Children's Villages International Charity, which is a really terrific organization active in over 130 countries that benefits over 80,000 orphaned and abandoned children. So it's a really, really great way to ensure that your donated GP helps kids, and really, what else do gamers want but to try and save a village? Last but not least, I want to thank my outstanding role-playing players who suffered through an almost entire session of me doing a really shitty Scottish accent. So, Arlen,
Morbin.
Carl,
Morbin.
and John, thanks so much for joining me today. This was a lot of fun. I enjoyed this RP heavy session.
Yep.
So was the
XP.
Halloween, the Halloween thing, the lady the Buko woke up with?
There's still a fortitude save to come.
Oh my god.
Now, so XP guys, why don't you all take 10 for tonight? Oh, except for you, Angus, you get 20. Because you are the Loby. Loby. Great. Well then, for those listening at home, again, thank you so much for watching. Oh, Mode watches it while he paints his minis. Nice. That's awesome.
Nice.
Until next time then, on Friday we'll be possibly going to meet the Mother of Toads. So if you want to join us live, be sure to click on subscribe and the bell icon so you're notified when we go live. Until then, thank you so much again for gaming, and happy gaming.